Okay, so we're going to take a look at this one. It talks about factoring methods and the different types of factoring methods we can use. So we'll pick a couple here. This one here, I'm going to use another method for. So we'll add a new page for negative 16 and 15. So we'll put it up top here for negative 16 and positive 15. Okay. I give this style a different name. This one's called fearless factoring, for lack of a better term. Okay, so this one's a little different from like your decomposition when you're factoring. This one is set up where what we're going to try to do is we're going to list the factors of the A term. Okay, so this being our A, we're going to list factors of the C term, and then we're going to make a little bit of an equation. And like usual, they got to add to whatever the B term is here. So because the B term is negative 16, we place it in this space. So the first thing I do, instead of just trying to guess our way through kind of like the way we do decomposition, we're going to pair up factors. So factors of 4 are 1 and 4 and 2 and 2. So I've kind of put them in little columns here to help us organize. We also have factors of 15, which are 1 and 15 and 3 and 5. Okay, so we have sets of columns. What we're going to do here is we're going to work with these sets of columns, and we're going to try to match one column with the other column. And we're going to find the products of them, and we're going to sum, so add the products together to get to this B term, negative 16. So it's a bit of trial and error, but once you get fast at it, you can really find factors really, really quickly, okay? So what I'm going to do with that, we're going to start with 1 and 4, okay? So the idea here is 1 times 1 is 1, 4 times 15 is 60. Okay, that pairing's definitely not going to work. So let's jump back a little. And then we can cross multiply. 1 times 15 and 4 times 1. That gives us 4 and 15. No pairing of those happen to work. Okay. We can try the other column. 1 and 3 and 4 and 5. That gives us 20 and 3. That doesn't happen. And then 1 and 5 and 4 and 3. That gives us 12 and 5. That pairing doesn't work. So what we've discovered is this very first column is not the right set of numbers. So we can kind of cancel that one out, and we're left with this one. So 2 times 1 and 2 times 15 gives us 2 and 30. Doesn't quite work. And because it's the same one, it doesn't matter if we cross multiply. So we're pretty much at our wit's end here. We got 6 and we got 10. Yeah, that happens to work, okay? So we know that this column is gone. We need it to be negative. So in order for it to be negative, we actually need both of these terms to be a negative 3 and a negative 5, which actually works because a negative times a negative is a positive. So that checks out here. That would give us 2 times negative 3 being negative 6 and 2 times negative 5 being negative 10. You add those together, we get our negative 16. Perfect. So now what's important is the 2 columns. We really don't have to do any other factoring. We've figured out our 2 columns. We're going to go directly to 2 sets of brackets, okay, for our factoring. Column 1, 2, and I didn't actually put it in because it's x squared, but actually it would be 2x and 2x. Those are going to be the first numbers in each column. So we have 2x and 2x. And then these are the last 2 numbers. Now, because these are the same, it doesn't matter which pair of brackets we put in. But we can do another example later, and we'll show that it actually does matter in the end if the which pair of brackets it is, because we have to make sure we do the proper multiplication. So I'm just going to drop negative 3 in and negative 5, and boom, we're done. It's a pretty quick way of doing some factoring, okay?